أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome everybody to today's lesson. I hope you are all well today. By the grace of Allah, we will begin today's lesson with our daily prayer. So if I can kindly ask our discipline in charge to choose the first person for recitation today. Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Our first student is G1759.
G1759. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So we're going to start with Tawud, Tasmiyah, and our daily prayer. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Beautiful, well done. So if you could just recite the translation here for Tawud.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan rejected.
Well done, excellent. And for Tasmiyah.
In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful.
MashaAllah, well done. And we would just do our daily prayer now. Just a second, let me just move it to the right one. So we'll start from here. Rabbi allimni ma huwa khayrun indak.
Rabbi alimni ma huwa khayrun aziqa. Indak.
Well done. This is an ayn and a noon, and then dal and a kaf. Well done, excellent. And could you read the translation, please?
Oh my Lord, teach me what is best for me in your knowledge.
Excellent. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. G1759. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Okay, so just a quick reminder of our class etiquettes, which I'm sure all of you are well acquainted with by now. Please make sure you have your correct ID. If you're in the classroom and you have your name, please make sure you change that, rename yourself and put your correct ID in there. Make sure you should be in wudu or have ablution. You should have clean clothes with your heads covered appropriately. You should be in a quiet place with parental supervision as well. Okay, so in today's class, today is Wednesday, the 24th of November, we'll be looking at rules of waqf, and the material, if you have the hard copy of the Talimul-Quran, it's lesson number 21, and it is page 85. And the practice text is lesson 21, rules 1 to 11. We will also be looking at one of the surahs from the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Falaq, today as well, in the second part of the lesson. Okay, so rules of waqf. Let's get you here. Okay, rules of waqf. So waqf means to stop or pause. Okay, if somebody says you have to do a waqf, it means you have to make a pause or a stop, right? During the recitation, pausing at the end of a meaningful sentence or a verse with a break of breath is called waqf. Okay, so when you are reciting and you have to take a breath and you have to have a new breath inside you, that pause is called waqf. Okay, and there are several ways of doing that. And the correct way of pausing at various types of Quranic words is explained below. So we are going to go through how to make specific pauses in different places when we are reciting the Quran. Now, there are lots of different rules here, but we'll take one at a time. And as you recite, you will keep on practicing and practicing and practicing. And inshallah, you will get the hang of it very, very quickly. Okay, so the first one here, and I will explain it, and then I will have a student on the mic. The first rule here, as you can see, there are on this page, the lesson we will do today, we are doing rules 1 to 11. Okay, so if you look at this word here, This is dhalika. Okay, 2 seconds because we have a vertical fatha, 1 second or 1 count, 1 second or 1 count because it's a simple kasra and a simple fatha. So the simple word is dhalika, right? If you have a fatha at the end of a word, like on the kaf here, and you need to make a pause and take a breath and do a waqf, then that fatha turns into a sukoon. Okay, and you would say dhalik, dhalik. Okay, so if you have a simple fatha at the end of the word and you need to make a pause, take a breath, you would need to change that fatha into a sukoon in order to take a breath. Okay, the same rule applies if you have a kasra at the end of the word. So in this case, you have yawmi, yawmi. Okay, so if you're in continuation, you're reading 4 or 5 words together, you're reading a complete verse or a sentence, you would continue in this way. If you need to take a break, you need to make a pause, you need to do a waqf, then you would turn that kasra into a sukoon and you would say yawm, yawm. Okay. And the same rule applies again if you have a dhamma at the end of the word. So in this case, it is na'budu, na'budu, right? If you are in continuation. If, however, you need to make a waqf, take a pause, take a break and make a breath, you would change the dhamma into a sukoon and you would say na'bud, na'bud. Okay, so those are the simplest, or I shouldn't say the simplest, the first rules that you'll be learning of how to do a specific waqf. Okay, so if we can have a student to the mic, please.
Yes, our first student is G1465.
G1465. Assalamu alaikum. G1465. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So if we start with tawud and tasmiyah, and then we'll go through these 3 rules of waqf. Okay?
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Lovely, well done. Okay, so first word here, we have a simple fatha at the end. So we say dhalika.
Zalika.
Beautiful. Now we need to do a waqf. So we need to take a break at the end of that word. We need to take a breath. Okay, so even if you just need to take a small breath, you need to make sure you end the word properly, appropriately. And we will say dhalik.
Zalik.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. Let's move on to number 2. We have here a simple kasra at the end of the word underneath the meme. So we say yawmi.
Yawmi.
And now we need to take a breath. So we say yawm.
Yawm.
Good. So make sure we have a slight extension there because of the wawlin. Yawm.
Yawm.
Beautiful. Well done. Now, in this case, we have a dhamma at the end of the word. Simple 1 second dhamma. Okay, so we will say na'budu.
Na'budu.
Very nice. And then we have to do a waqf at the end because we are taking a break. So we will say na'bud.
Na'bud.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. So as you can all see, rules 1, 2, and 3 follow the same rule. Okay, so with a simple stroke of fatha, kasra, or dhamma, you follow the same rule. And if you need to take a waqf, you put a sukoon on the last letter. Okay, Jazakumullah G1465. Thank you for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakallah.
Excellent, good. So if we can have our next student, and then we'll do our next rule.
Yes, our next student is G1808.
G1808. Assalamu alaikum. Please, students, make sure you unmute very, very quickly so we save time. Okay, Jazakumullah. G1 808. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Good.
Excellent. Good. So could you start with Tawud and Tasmiyah and then we'll begin.
Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Good. So did you understand rules 1, 2, and 3?
Yes.
Good. If you have a simple fatha, a kasra, or a dhamma on the end, the last letter of the word, you just change those to a sukoon in order to take a breath or a waqf. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Well done. We are now going to move on to rules 4 and 5. So in 4 and 5, we have tanween. So here you can see there is a tanween and a tanween of kasra. Okay, tanween of kasra underneath the meme. Okay, and you will pronounce this word makhtumin.
Makhtumin.
Good. Make sure you elongate this because this is a waw mad here. Makhtumin.
Makhtumin.
Very nice. Well done. Now, if you have to make a break there, take a stop, take a breath. Okay, that tanween of kasra turns into a sukoon. Okay, so if you have a tanween of kasra on the last letter of a word, you need to make a stop. You need to change that tanween of kasra into a sukoon. And then you'll have makhtum.
Makhtum.
Once more, your voice cut out.
Makhtum.
Makhtum.
I have to put the volume up, but then I can hear it.
Okay.
Makhtum.
Good, well done. So make sure you can hear the meme sound at the end as well. So makhtum.
Makhtum.
Very good, well done, excellent. So let's move on to the next one. If we have, now it's a tanween of dhamma at the end of the word. Okay, so in a normal case, we will say Qur'anun.
Qur'anun.
Good. Make sure you pronounce the ra here. Qur.
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 Very good. Qur'anun.
Qur'anun.
Good, well done. Now, again, it's a tanween. You will turn that tanween into a sukoon if you are taking a break or a pause. So you will now say Qur'an.
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 Okay, just say these first 2 letters for me. Qur.
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 Very good, much better. You really need to try and pronounce the ra there. Okay, so this is what we have come to learn today. Qur'an. Okay, so you need to say the ra really carefully. Qur'an.
Qur'an.
Good, well done, excellent. Just keep practicing that and make sure you pronounce every single letter really, really clearly. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G1 333.
333. Assalamu alaikum, G1 333.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well as well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding the rules so far?
Yes.
Excellent. So in all of the cases so far, we have simply changed the last stroke to a sukoon. So for example, if we have a fatha, a kasra, a dhamma, a tanween of kasra, or a tanween of dhamma, in order to do a waqf, we just change that last stroke to a sukoon. You understand?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So we're now going to go on to the next 2 rules. Now, here we have a vertical kasra. Okay, so if we are to pronounce this normally, we will say Rasulihi.
Rasulihi.
Beautiful, well done, excellent. So if we now need to do a waqf and make a pause, okay, we will pronounce this we will change the vertical kasra into a sukoon. And we will say Rasuli.
Rasuli.
Very good. Lovely sound there of the ha. And this is what I wanted to point out, that when, especially when you have a ha at the end with a sukoon on it, you need to make sure that you hear that sound. That was really good. Well done. Once more. Rasuli.
Rasuli.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. So let's move on to the next one. Rule number 7. This time we have an inverted Dhamma. Inverted Dhamma. Okay, so we will pronounce this Yarahu.
Yarahu.
Very nice. Now, for an inverted Dhamma, again, we simply change it into a sukoon if we are making a stop, doing a waqf. Okay, taking a breath. So we will say Yarah.
Yarah.
Very good. Once more.
Yarah.
Very nice. Well done. Excellent. So can you tell me what common theme we have going from rules number 1 all the way to 7?
If you want to have a break, the end letter, if it has a fatha, a dhamma, a kasra,
Good.
a tanween,
Good. Well done. A tanween of kasra or a tanween of?
dhamma or vertical kasra, and inverted dhamma. We
Good.
will change it into a sukoon if you want to have a break.
Excellent. Very, very good. G1 333. Mashallah. Well done. Excellent. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help and for teaching us that rule as well. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Very good. Well done. So can we have our next student, please?
Yes, our next student is G1 516.
G1 516.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding all the rules so far?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Well done. So if we start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin from rule number 8.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Jazakumullah. Okay. So over here, we have now Ata al-Marbuta. Okay. Ata al-Marbuta is a ha with 2 dots on top, right? So when we say this in continuation, without taking a break at the end, we will say musfiratun.
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 We don't want to elongate it, but we do want to have a thick sound. Okay.
Okay.
Musfiratun.
Musfiratun.
Very good. Well done. Now, if we need to make a pause here, take a break, take a breath, okay, we need to now change this in a little bit more than just adding a sukoon. What we do is we add a sukoon, but we also take away the 2 dots of ta. Okay, so ta al-marbuta will change into a ha sakina. Okay, ta, you take off the dots and you change it into a ha sakin. Okay, so you will pronounce this musfirah.
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 Good, well done. Try to make a round mouth when you say the ra with a fatha on the top.
Musfirah.
Beautiful, well done, excellent. Okay, so this is something which is slightly different from the previous rules that we've looked at. So you need to remember when you see a ta like this, ta al-marbuta, a ha with the 2 dots of ta, in order to do a waqf there, you take the 2 dots off and you add a sukoon on top.
Why do
Okay.
we need to change it if we take a break?
We need to change it if we take a break. This is a link to Arabic grammar. So just like in English, we have certain grammar rules which you follow in school. The same is the case for Arabic. When we are learning Arabic and the grammar of Arabic, then there are certain rules that we need to follow which are in place. Okay, so that's why we need to change it. Okay, and one of those rules is waqf. And there's more details about it, inshallah. As you learn more and more, you will learn more about those details. Okay, excellent, good. Right, so now we're going to go on to rule number 9. Now, here we have a tanween of fatha, which is followed by this alif mad here. Okay, now a tanween of fatha followed by an alif will be changed slightly differently. There is no longer a sukoon here. So let's just pronounce this first word and then we'll see how it changes. So in normal circumstances, this would be pronounced abawaban.
Abawawan bun.
Good. Let me move the cursor.
Abawawan bun.
Abawaban.
Abawaban.
Good, well done. So you have the tanween here and you have a blank alif afterwards. Okay. Now, when you are doing a waqf, the tanween changes into a single fatha. Okay, a single fatha, and you will elongate because of the alif at the end becomes an alif mad. So you would say abwaba.
Abawaba.
Good, well done. So if you have a tanween of fatha followed by an alif, okay, and you need to have a waqf there, you need to make a stop. You take off one of the strokes of fatha and you leave just one stroke and you say abwaba.
Abawaba.
Good. Abwaba.
Abawaba.
Beautiful. Well done. Excellent. So those two rules are slightly different from the previous rules we've looked at. And you will simply have to remember, if you have a ta marbuta and you need to do a waqf, then you need to take off the dots of ta and add a sukoon. Okay. If you have a tanween of fatha followed by an alif, you would take off one of the strokes of tanween and you would leave one stroke there and you would pronounce it with the alif mad. Abwaba. Okay, well done. Jazakumullah, thank you so much.
Do you have to take a break, or could you just do it in one go?
No, you don't have to take a break. If you're reading the words and the next word comes afterwards and you have enough breath, then you don't need to take a break. But there will be certain places where you have to stop and you have to take a break. And in those cases, you would have to take a break appropriately with the correct rules. Okay? Okay. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. G1 516. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G1 352.
G1 352. Assalamu alaikum. G1 352. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding all the rules so far?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Okay, so we are now on rule number 10. Okay. We have here a vertical fatha on top of the ayn, followed by a blank ya. Okay, so we will pronounce this in this normal circumstances. We will pronounce this as yas'a.
Yas'a.
Good, well done. You have 2-second prolongation because of the vertical fatha. Sorry, missed my words. Because of the vertical fatha, you have 2 seconds prolongation or elongation. Okay, now there will be no change in the sound here. Okay, no change in the sound. And you will again say yas'a.
Yas'a.
Good. So if you have a vertical fatha followed by this blank ya here, you have no change and you pronounce it the same way. Okay. Now in the next one, we have here a vertical kasra. Okay. So we will say yuhyi.
Yuhyi.
Very good. Well done. Now, if we are doing a waqf here, we are making a stop or a break. There will be no change. We still elongate for 2 seconds. Yuhyi.
Yuhyi.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. So can you tell me some of these rules quickly before we move on? If you have a simple fatha, a simple kasra, or a simple 1-second dhamma, what do you need to do to those strokes in order to do a waqf?
You
You change them to a
to a sukoon.
Very good. Well done. Excellent. So simple fatha, a simple kasra, a simple dhamma. You change them all into a sukoon if you need to do a waqf there. Okay. Then what about if you have a tanween of kasra or a tanween of dhamma? What do you need to do a waqf there?
They still change into a sukoon.
Excellent. So they also change into sukoon. Okay, so you cross out those strokes completely and you change them into a sukoon. Okay, now what about if you have a vertical kasra or an inverted dhamma? What do you do then?
Still a sukoon.
Excellent, good. So those are 7 different rules we have so far that you just simply change the last stroke to a sukoon. Simple fatha, kasra, dhamma, a tanween of kasra, tanween of dhamma, a vertical kasra or an inverted dhamma. All of those 7 you just change to a sukoon. Okay. What about if you have a ta al-marbuta? Okay. What do you do then in order to make a stop?
It will change into a ha sakina.
Very good. You change it into a ha sakin or a ha sakina. Well done. Excellent. What about if you have a tanween of fatha followed by an alif?
A tanween.
Okay, so the tanween is 2 strokes. Yeah. So if you need to make a break there or a stop, and the tanween of fatha is followed by an alif, then you can delete one of those strokes and you just have a simple fatha. Okay, 1 fatha. Okay, so in this case, it's abwaban. You want to repeat that?
Abwaban.
Beautiful. And if you need to make a break and you need to make a stop, you would say abwaba.
Abwaba.
Beautiful. Well done. Okay, excellent. Now, if you have a vertical fatha followed by a blank ya, what do you do to the sound then?
There will be no change.
Excellent. So you still have to elongate for 2 seconds. Yes,
Yes,
and again, if you're doing a waqf, yes,
yes,
very good. And what if you have a vertical kasra?
There will still be no change.
Good. So you have yuhyi.
Yuhyi.
And again, yuhyi.
Yuhyi.
Very good. Excellent revision, G1352, and excellent teaching for everybody else as well. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so we have been through today 11 different rules about how to make a specific or focused stop, a waqf, a break, a breath when in recitation. If you are continuing in your recitation, you don't need to make a breath, you will continue and you would not change the last stroke. But if you are taking a breath in your recitation or you need to make a compulsory stop in your recitation, you will need to end your words in the appropriate way, which is called waqf. Okay, and you will continue with the rest of these rules tomorrow, inshallah. Now, for the second half of today's lesson, we are going to be reciting Surah Al-Falaq. Okay, so I would like for everybody at home, whoever we have on the mic, just as normal, people at home need to follow carefully. They need to, even if they are not on the mic, they need to make sure they are pronouncing everything correctly and really, really focusing on all the different letters and sounds and making sure their recitation is very, very clear. Okay, I will recite the surah once for you, and then we will have students on the mic in order to recite with me. Okay, so أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Okay. Now, you probably noticed while I was reciting that I did a waqf in certain parts here as well, which we have just covered. Okay, so here I did a waqf because we had to stop at the end of the word. So instead of saying himi, I said him. Okay, here I did a waqf because we have a simple kasra here. So I did a waqf and I made it into a sukoon and I said, so it would be laq, laq. Okay, again, at each of these stop points, I stopped. So somebody was asking, why do we need to make these changes? Like I said, it's Arabic grammar, but just to show that sometimes we have to stop when there is a stop sign. Okay, so that's why we need to know how to make the appropriate stops and the appropriate way to do a waqf. Right? Okay, so if I can have the next student on the mic, please, to recite with me.
Yes, our next student is G1 304.
G1 304.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Did you understand everything okay in the lesson?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So if we start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, and then we will begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
MashaAllah, well done, excellent. So let's start with from the beginning. We're going to say Bismillah again, and you're just going to follow me, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Very good, well done. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good, well done. So say it really, really clearly. قل أعوذ.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Good. I want you to read it. I don't want you to say it from memory. Okay? قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. فلق.
فلق.
Very good. So this is a point that a lot of people, sometimes we say it very, very quickly. So we need to make sure the fa is separate and the lam is separate, and then you're joining it to the kaf at the end. Okay, well done, good. Min sharri ma khalaq.
من شر ما خلق.
Min sharri ma khalaq.
من شر ما خلق.
Okay, min, nasal sound.
من شر ما خلق.
Min, just do a nasal sound there first.
من شر ما خلق.
Okay, just stop at the min, all right? Min,
من
better. Min.
من
Very good. So nice nasal sound there. We don't want to rush. We don't want to rush any of our surahs, okay? Remember, these are the words of Allah, so we need to say them really beautifully. Min sharri
من شر
ma
ما
khalaq.
خلق. خلق.
Very good. Well done. Now let's say that whole line, that whole verse very slowly. Min sharri ma khalaq. Good. It's not khalaq. You have to be careful not to join the kha to the lam. Okay? Kha separate and then laq. Very good. Khalaq.
خلق.
Excellent. Nice thick sound there. Well done. Wa min sharri ghasikin إذا وقب.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very nice. Now, gha, remember it's a thick sound, so we have to make a nice round mouth there as well. غاسق.
غاسق.
غاسق, and qaf as well is a thick sound. Okay, غاسق.
غاسق.
إذا وقب.
إذا وقب.
Very good. Let's do that verse again. وَمِن, and remember we have a nasal sound here. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very nice. So what I want you to do is really practice on your nasal sound. Okay, so min, remember you have to hold that nasal sound for about 2 seconds.
من
Very good. Here as well. Min.
من
And focus on your thick letters as well. So kha, that's a nice thick sound there. Okay, round mouth. Ra, again, thick sound, round mouth. And your qaf is also thick. Okay, so qi or qin. Okay, so you have to make a thick sound there as well. Okay, Jazakumullah G1304. Beautiful recitation. Well done, and keep practicing. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry?
Can I do the underwear?
I'm not sure.
Can I have
The discipline in charge will have to decide that.
And
one.
can my cousin have a turn?
I'm not sure if they're on the list or not.
It's G1362.
Let's ask our discipline in charge.
G1 362. Okay.
G1362. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, they muted.
G1362. Oh,
I think they mute themselves.
G1362. If you could unmute yourself. Are you there? Okay.
They are on mute now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Okay, maybe try somebody else.
Okay. G1669.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah, and you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Were you understanding the Waqf lesson okay?
Yes.
Excellent. And you're understanding the surah okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, and then we will begin from here.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very nice. Well done. So we're going to start here. I'm going to recite the verse and then you're going to have a go, okay?
Yes.
وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good effort. Excellent. Very nice. Now, this part here is actually quite difficult to do because we have to join lots of letters together. Okay. And we have to elongate over here and we have to elongate over here as well. So we have to take a really nice deep breath in order to say this all in one breath. Okay. So let's just try this section again. Sharrin naffathati.
Sharrin nafasati.
Very good. So I want you to hold on the nasal sound here, on the noon here for 2 seconds as well. Okay. Sharrin nafasati.
Sharrin nafasati.
Good. Nafa.
Nafa.
Very nice. So when we're joining it, we need to really harden that sound and really push down on it and make sure that we can hear that we're joining the noon to the fa. Okay, so let's try that once more. Sharrin nafasati.
Sharrin nafasati.
Oh, beautiful. Well done. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do the whole verse again. All right. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good. You took a really deep breath and you managed to get the whole verse in there. Well done. Excellent. Okay, let's do the last one now. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
ومن شر ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Very good effort. Excellent. Let's do that once more. Let me just move this down. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Very good. Lovely recitation, G1 669. Keep practicing that. Really focusing on your joining sounds, okay, and making sure you're pushing down and hardening all those shaddas there as well. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G1477.
G1477. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Did you understand all the waqf rules today that we went through?
Yes.
Excellent. And you're understanding the surah okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to recite a verse and you just need to recite afterwards. Okay, so we're going to start from Tasmiyah again. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very good, well done. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very nice, well done. Once more.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Beautiful. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Good. Make sure you make this a thick sound, so round mouth. Okay, once more.
من شر ما خلق.
Much better, well done. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Beautiful, well done. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Beautiful, once more.
ومن شر ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Well done. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Good, well done. Remember, th sound. Okay, good. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good, well done. And make sure you hold on this noon sound for about 2 seconds as well. Okay, good, well done. Sorry?
I couldn't because I have nasal, that's why. I have flu.
Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, you have flu, that's okay. Just so you know for future then. Okay, good, well done. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
من شر حاسد إذا حسد.
إِذَا حَسَدَ.
إذا حسد.
Beautiful, lovely recitation, G1477. Really, really nice. Well done. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. If we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G1350.
Assalamu alaikum, G1350. G1350, could you unmute your mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, alhamdulillah. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Brilliant, well done. So if we start with Tawmud and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to start from the top again. We're going to start from Tasmiyah again. So I'm going to recite, and then I want you to recite after me. So take a nice deep breath, okay? Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Very good. So I want you to say nirra. So make a little bit of a round mouth when you say the ra sound. It should be thicker sound there and there. Okay. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Very good. So just keep in mind that you need to make your mouth round on the ra sound there. Okay. Let's move on to the next verse. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good effort. Well done. Let's break it down a little bit. قل أعوذ.
قل أعوذ.
قل أعوذ.
قل أعوذ
برب الفلق.
برب الخلق.
فلق.
فلق.
Very good. قل أعوذ.
قل أعوذ
برب الفلق.
برب الفلق.
Very good. So let's try that together now. Okay. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good. Excellent. Well done. Let's do the next verse. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Very good effort. What I want you to do is make a nasal sound here. Okay. من.
من.
Nice. من شر.
من شر.
من شر ما.
من شر ما.
من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Very good. Well done. And you had a right nice thick sound on the qaf there, on the kha there as well. Well done. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much, G1350. And keep practicing that and making sure that you make a nice nasal sound here. Okay, when you say min, because it comes a few times in this surah, and you will have to make a nasal sound in each of these situations here. Okay, min shari. Okay, and make sure with the ra here and here that you have a thick sound to your ra. Okay, Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, can we have our next student, please?
Yes, our next student is G1754.
G1754. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Are you understanding everything okay in the lesson?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, we'll begin.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Jazakumullah, well done. We're going to start from, oh, hang on, where were we? We were here. Right, so we're going to start from here, but we're going to say Bismillah once more as well. Say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Good, well done. I want you to make sure you try to say ra, ra. So it's a thicker sound there. Okay, when you're saying Bismillah. Okay, good. So let's start from here. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
Very good, well done. Make sure you have qaf sound, thick sound here. Even though it's got a qasra underneath, you still need to make your mouth in a round shape. Okay, let's do that once more. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
Very nice, excellent sound there, good. Let's go on to the next verse. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
Really good effort, well done. We're just going to focus on this bit here. Okay, so we have shari. Okay, we then need to join this ra to this noon here. Okay, and we need to hold that for 2 seconds. Sharrin. Good. We need to now join the noon to the fa because we have a shadda here as well. Okay, sharrin naf. Good. Now the fa has a vertical kasra. So we need to now elongate that for 2 seconds. Sharrin naffa. Beautiful, well done. Tha also 2 seconds. Okay, no more joining, but we still need to have a breath to keep that 2 seconds up, right? Sharrin naffathati. Beautiful, well done, excellent. So let's try that whole verse together. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
Much better, excellent, well done. Let's move on to the next one. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
Very good, once more.
وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
Beautiful, well done. What I want you to just remember is the nasal sound on min as well. So we say min shari.
Min shari.
Beautiful, well done, excellent. Just keep practicing that. This section here, practice it a few times. You said it really, really well when you practiced it. So really focus on making sure that all of these shaddas are hardened. You're really pushing down and making sure you're focusing on those and your elongated sounds here as well. And each sound should be really clear when you're reciting it. So sometimes because of these short surahs and we know them quite well, we recite them in a rush, but we need to make sure that each sound is very, very clear. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help, G1754. Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is G1422.
G1422.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm very well. Alhamdulillah, Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding everything okay? Did you understand the rules of waqf?
Yes.
Excellent. And you understanding the surah okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we start with Tawud and Tasmiyah and then we'll begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good, well done. So we're going to start from Tasmiyah again, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Beautiful, well done. I could hear that you were trying to make the thick sound there with the ra, with the round mouth. So that's really important, and that's very good that you did that. Well done, Jazakallah. Okay, let's start with the surah. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Good, well done. Once more. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Very good, well done. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Very nice. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Very good effort. Make sure here we have a thick sound, غا. So make your mouth round, غاسق, and your qaf here again is thick qaf. Okay, so even though it's got kasra underneath, you still need to try and make a round mouth and a thick sound when you're saying it. Okay, let's do that once more. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Good effort, well done. Really work on this qaf here. سِقٍ. Okay, well done. Let's move on. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Very good effort. Well done. I want you to hold on this noon for a couple of seconds. This nasal sound here for 2 seconds. Okay. شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ.
شر النفاثات.
Tha. Once more. شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ.
شر النفاثات.
Beautiful. Well done. Excellent. We're going to do that verse again. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
Good, well done. So when you're saying this, you just really need to make sure that you're elongating the fa and the tha for 2 seconds as well. Okay, good, well done. Let's go on to the last one. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Very good, well done, excellent. You do that last one once more. Off you go. From here. I'll say it first. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ.
من شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Beautiful, well done. Jazakumullah G1 422, really, really good. Work on these thick sounds here. Your recitation was really nice. Just really work on making those thick sounds. It will make it even more beautiful. Okay, Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay, good. MashaAllah, beautiful, excellent lesson today, everybody. Everybody worked really, really hard. So I hope that you all have remembered the rules of waqf that we covered today, okay, and the surah as well. And for your homework today, I would like you please to practice rules 1 to 11, which is a lesson 21 on page 85 if you have the hard copy. Otherwise, you would have it on your Google Classroom notes. And I want you to try and listen to Al-Islam Quran app 2 and practice reciting Surah Al-Falaq as well, okay, for homework. Jazakumullah. If we could please have now our final student for the last prayer.
Yes, our next student is G1743.
G1743. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Are you ready for the final dua?
Yes.
Excellent. Allahumma arhamni bil-Qur'an al-azim.
Allahumma hamni bil-Qur'an al-Azim.
Can you recite the translation?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
وَجَعَلْهُ لِي إِمَامًا وَنُورًا وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً.
وَجَعَلْهُ لِي إِمَامًا
مَوَّ
وَنُورًا
نُورًا وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً.
وَرَحْمَةً.
Very good effort. Well done. And the translation?
And make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakumullah G1 743, and Jazakumullah to all the students who took part in today's lesson, and for every student who took part at home as well. And inshallah, we will see you again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.